Hey, honey roses. Hello. I can hear a plane. Where is it going? Where's the plane going? I don't know. I was getting a message earlier. What was it? It was something about you. It's like doubts, like doubting yourself. Like I feel like some of you are just doubting yourselves. I heard, don't doubt yourself based on the ways of the Western world. Don't do that. It doesn't matter. So many things, my nose is itching. So many things that matter, they are deemed to not matter to some, not everybody. But the things that actually do matter, oh my goodness, my nose this morning. The things that do matter are ignored. Like what matters, okay? Love, yes, that's at the top of the list. Love matters, of course it does. Hello. Love brings peace, and peace is everything. Oh my goodness, peace is everything. To have peace is to have life and to actually live it. You know, it's crazy how many people, if they actually get the chance to have a peaceful life, they don't know what to do with that time. They don't know how to enjoy it. And then they're like, oh, this is boring. But peace doesn't have to be boring. It's not being viewed properly. Like, everything is so backwards. So don't base your value or your worth off of the ways of the Western world, because you would be basing your worth off of a lie. And lies have no worth. In the place of confusion is where we reside. We have to use our mind's eye to clear the tides. Tides raise high. It's like blocking your vision. The tides, when the tides are high, they block the view, the scenery. So you really can't see what's in store for you. Like you're unable to see the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is the fact that many things that you're basing your value against are not even of your nature. The more I think about that, the more it like disturbs me, because there's so many people that are living life in confusion, thinking that they're supposed to be one way, and they were never supposed to be that. And what makes you think this way? The environment. What people are regularly talking about. The ideologies that your family holds on to. Like what they believe in. You believe in because you don't, like what else are you going to look at? The first example that we have of something that we could follow, or that we usually do follow, is from our immediate environment, which is our family and our friends. Organizations and institutions that are around us. And all of these aspects of life create an understanding that we begin to live by. And for a long time, we don't even know that many things need to be questioned. And then we're basing our reality off of someone else's reality that was not really created in your favor. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just got a memory, and it's like kind of rough. So put on your seatbelt. It's a little rough. I was a little girl, and I used to always see this woman. And for some reason, I always saw her in the summertime. I didn't really see her in the winter. I don't know where she was at in the wintertime, but in the summertime, she was always outside with some shorts on and a tank top. And the shorts and the tank top, like, it was always like a bright color that she was wearing. It was either the shorts was bright or the tank top was bright. But she had such a kindness to her. She would see me and just, she didn't really know me. She just knew of me because I was around, you know, with my friends walking around town. But she would just be so sweet. And she'd be like, hey baby, how you doing today? And she'd just be like, have a good day. She was just sweet. But the older I got, I started to realize that something was wrong. You know, something was going on with her. And she had that thing that they do when they're on drugs. Them little tics that some people have, and you'll notice them that there's something going on. But she was just you could feel her kindness, you know. And she would always walk around with this rag in her hand. And I was like, maybe that's, you know, it's hot outside. Maybe she's wiping her face from sweat, from walking around, whatever, maybe. But one day, I saw her come up from like behind the side piece of the car. And I don't even think she was in the car. I think she was on the side of it. And I was coming out of the building that I was living in. I see this dude like stand up and walk off. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like he stood, I don't know, it's almost like he was down low. But then he kind of like got up and then walked off. Then she came out from right there. But initially I didn't even see her. And she was wiping her mouth with the rag. And I said, oh, okay. You know, and I don't know why I even wanted to share that thought. It just came to me, and I just feel like when thoughts come to me, I just want to share them. But the thing is that she was clearly selling herself, right? And I don't know, I remember feeling sad for her. Because I could feel her, she was sweet. Like she had a sweetness to her, a kindness. Let me put it like that, kindness. She had a kindness to her, and it was always genuine. And I had seen this woman for years. And it's like over time, she just started to look more tired. Like, you know, more and more tired. I'm thinking like the fact that in her mind that was the only way. Like she didn't think of anything else that she could do. But it's leading me to think like, what if that was her environment? What if her mama did it? Her grandmama did it? You know, so she just like, oh, this is what we do. Like, you know, my whole point by bringing that up, because I didn't know how to tie it together. Excuse me. I didn't know how to tie it together at first, but I see now that it's like Spirit wants me to talk about the fact that the environment has a big impact on what you choose to do, as well as the person's personality. Is like, I think sometimes people just don't know that they could do something different. They think that they have to do what everybody else did, and it feels comfortable because that's what they've seen. That was the model that they got in life. Like that's what they saw. So, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. The example of opportunity is usually what people go towards because it seems like the normal thing to do because everyone else is doing it. So I'm just thinking with her, that could have been her situation, you know. And then there's other things involved too that I'm thinking about. Like some people, if they've been to jail, they're like, oh, I've been to jail, like, so it's going to be more difficult for me to get a job. And that causes people to feel discouraged and feel like they're not good enough because they're looking at themselves like, oh, I have a record. I might as well not even apply because I'm not going to get hired. But they never think of looking at careers that don't care if you've been in jail or not, because there are things that you could do where it doesn't matter. As long as you're out and you don't have nothing, you know, it's like as long as you're out, you can still do a lot of things that, but see, it's like, it's really about confidence. I feel like when you do certain things in your past, it's hard for some people to let go and forgive themselves, because it's like, to God, you are already forgiven. You're already forgiven if you ask God. God is like, I forgive you. You have to forgive yourself. I already know what this world is. I already know it's an illusion. I already know what's here. But you're faulting yourself for something that was... You're faulting yourself for being in an environment that you've been placed in this lifetime, and it was out of your control, regardless of if it was regardless of what the environment is. So again, don't align yourself to the Western world trying to figure out what your value is or what your worth is off of false pretenses. They don't even align with you. And people make mistakes because you don't even know what's going on all the way. At a certain point in your life, you're trying to figure it out. The more you keep doing that to yourself, the more you're going to keep yourself locked up. There's going to be a certain aspect of your personality that's not going to be free. And in order for you to free yourself, you must forgive yourself. You weren't completely awake yet. It's like being put under some type of drug that make you lose it. I heard PCP. PCP make people do crazy things like eat people. And I'm serious. I'm just going to leave it there. You go check it out if you want to. But it's like that. Being in a world full of chaos and like survival, you get caught in this mindset of doing what you have to do to survive. And a lot of people go through this because in certain parts of the world, I want to say, like in Africa, like for example, my mom is married to an African man, right? And I see their way is so different. Their way is so different. They are so like family oriented in like a very deep way. It's like very communal. It's very communal, and they eat together. They like wait for each other to come to wherever they at and eat together. They it's not likely that you will see someone homeless over there, because even if they don't know you and they see that you're homeless, they'll be like, come on, you don't have to be out here. Come live with me. And the crazy part about it is that over there, there's more of a struggle in that area where he's from. It's more of a struggle where my mom's husband is from. So it's like, It's just interesting to see because the Western world teaches selfishness and teaches you like their ways, like those ways, like selfishness and greed and like control, but not for good reasons. Like if you want to control something, what you going to do with it? Are you going to do something with it that's going to help people, or is it kind of like you're wanting to control people to use them? See, there's a difference. What do you want the power for? Now, see, when you want power to like control people and not to like heal them and help them to be in a sufficient state to control their own circumstances, then the control is just domination. It becomes tyranny at that point. So it's like, what is it really about? You know? And then when you're like put up against the wall and you feel like you don't have many options, you just do whatever you can to whatever you know is the easiest. And you do that. And most times things that are easy or the easiest to complete are not really the best thing to do. Now I'm hearing that was a part of the plan. It was a part of the plan for you to be in doubt. Because when people have a tendency to be in doubt, they choose not to, I heard walk it out, but they choose not to move in certain directions that they actually want to go in. Because then they're thinking like, it's not going to work. Something's going to go wrong. Oh my gosh, I can't go. What should I do? Then you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and then you just don't move at all out of fear. Then the doubt turns into fear, and fear can freeze you like a deer in the headlights, frozen, stuck. And then things that are meant for you, you don't go towards them because you feel nervous and you don't know. It's like, oh no, I don't know. What if I get rejected? What if this person doesn't feel like how I feel? What if I'm just absolutely tripping? What if I'm just thinking and creating this whole illusion that's not even true? You begin to think what's not. And then you think what is true, but it's not. You start to believe lies about yourself. But you can't forget about where the mistakes came from that took place in your life. You know, yeah, you had a choice whether to do the right thing or do something crazy. And there was times where you did something crazy. That happens. It's a part of this place. And that's why when you have a decision to make, it's good to take a second to think. Because if you make decisions with haste, I mean, sometimes you have to make decisions quickly. However, if you have time to think, use that time to think and plan for as long as you can. Even if the plan doesn't work out, at least you know you thought about it first, and you won't feel so bad if there's a hiccup or some type of issue, roadblock, obstacle, something that happens. Because you're going to know that you thought about it and you learn from it. But this doubtful energy, it's time for it to dissipate now, because it's going to it's like causing mental frustration, and it's causing I just feel like a stuck energy, like stuck in contemplation. What should I do? I don't know, because I just feel like many of you have like this idea in your mind of yourself that's making you feel like you're not good enough, and that's not even true. It's not even true. I heard, but you don't even know what I did. You don't even know what I did. Do you want to do it again? No, right? So you changed. So that's not you anymore, because you learned from it. You realize that you was tripping because you thought that was the right thing to do. You actually thought that that was the right thing to do. Or maybe you knew it wasn't the right thing to do, but you felt like you had to do it. Whatever it is, because there's something here that a lot of you are feeling doubtful about. But the only way for you to right your wrongs, if you feel so bad about it, is to replace that energy with something better. Improve your energy. Replace that energy with something better and sow your seed into the etheric realm to raise the vibration. Maybe before you was causing the vibration to decrease, but now you have the chance to increase the vibration. So just focus on that, and then you'll see that you're actually sowing good seed. I heard sowing good seed and sowing good seed and good, wait, it was something I heard and I'm not saying it right. Sowing good seed and something about good deeds, but there's a word in the beginning of the good deeds and I can't catch it. Sowing good seeds and tithing good deeds. Tithing good deeds. You know, a tithe, if you go to church, is like giving money, and in the ancient times it was like giving food and rice or whatever, and then if somebody needed it, then they would be able to take from that, from those resources to help their families. So when you tithe good deeds, that is also good energy that you're sowing into your environment, and that is a healthy thing to do. Especially spiritually, it's very healthy. It's healthy physically as well, but spiritually it could mean a little more than you realize. Because with so many people doing things that are not right, and then, you know, you used to be in that space at a time in which you must release yourself from it. And the way you do that is by tithing good deeds, because you see that what you were doing wasn't right, but you were just trying to do what you thought was best at the time. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person to me, because you could put someone who you would never think would do something crazy in a predicament to where they have to survive, and you see what they do. Survival make people do crazy things because they're just trying to stay alive. They're just trying to survive. So like, it's like to fault yourself off the basis of the Western world and the way that was not just projected on you, but kind of established before you got here. On an institutional level, a demographic level, a psychological level, you are not even the one to blame. So be careful what you're doubting yourself about, because you cannot align your worth from a basis that is worthless. Because you are worth more than what you are relating yourself to. Your value is higher than that. It's just that you didn't know any better. At the time, you didn't know. Remember that when you move forward and when you're trying to like rewrite your life, or when you do rewrite your life, because don't let it just be written. It's time to rewrite it now, because the way that was already written, that's not even true. A lot of that is not even true. So the only person that can change that is you. I think that's it for this reading. I thought I was going to use the tarot cards, but that was the channeled message. I was just playing with them, but I didn't use them. But that was the channeled message, and that's what is on God's mind to tell you. Because you're forgiven when it comes to God. The Creator's like, yeah, you're forgiven already. I already know what this world is. I already know what's here. I already know what happens. You know. It's up to you to divinely align yourself. It's your will. to divinely align yourself. Don't align yourself with the ways of those who are like innately evil. That's not you. You know that's not you. Maybe it's some of y'all that be watching in the shadows. Y'all need to stop it. But for those who know, you're not on that type of time. That's not even you. So what you talking about? That's not you. It was the environment, okay? So pluck them all. Pluck them all, okay? All that is not your call. Your call is with the end all be all, which is that creator's energy. That's God's mind. So stick to that. Just stick to that. It's the right thing to do, I promise. It happened, let it go. Let it wash away in the river of the past. Okay? Or now get your ass up. That's funny. Okay. No, but seriously, get that ass up. Okay? And smile and say, wow, I've changed. I've done a lot of great things because this is me. This is who I am. And I love who I am. And I love the path that the divine has set me on because God believes in me. So I believe in me too. A lot of times God be believing in you more than you believe in you because God sees the best in you and tries to remind you of that so you don't like attach yourself to the things that went wrong. Attach yourself to the things that went right and then things go right. You attach yourself to the things that go wrong, then what's going to happen? You see what I'm saying? Are we singing the same song? See? It's simple. Let it be simple. Don't make it hard. Don't. Let it be simple. Okay? Alright. If you would like to purchase my books, you can. You can go to www.MNHONEYROSE.org. You can purchase them there. And if you would like to book a coaching call, which includes a reading in the beginning of the coaching call prior to you speaking to me about whatever it is that you want to release and forgive yourself for and let go and dissipate from your vessel, because it's time for you to get the rolling in the right direction, not the wrong one, as we were just talking about. Right, wrong, right? You get it right, you get it right. Get right so you can get right. All right, that's it. Everything you do it with love. Thank you for being here. I am Mystic Alchemy. I'll see you in the next one.